How's the water feel?
Great.
Yeah? A little cool? Yeah. As long as it's clean, that's the most important. Right? Hopefully it'll stay that way. Very nice. Well, we're all concerned about it. No doubt about that. What we want to do is make sure that we keep it as clean as we possibly can. I mean, I was just talking to the mayor, and he was telling me that, this afternoon it's looked pretty good. That's encouraging news, but we know there's a lot of stuff out there. And I just landed here in Pensacola from New Orleans in a meeting with the president and some of the other Gulf state governors. And we're all very concerned about what's happening, and we just want to do everything possible to protect our beautiful state.
Do you think Obama was listening and heard what all the governors had to say and how concerned you are?
No question about it. I mean, that's the third time the president's been down here. Grateful that he's come down to the Gulf Coast and seemed very focused on it. We just want to get as much boom and skimmers as humanly possible to protect what we see, this beautiful beach and all these people that are able to be here, help our tourist industry, help our restaurants, help our hotels. Shoot, I just got off the phone with Jimmy Buffett. He's opening a new hotel just behind you there next month, and I want to make sure that this beach is as clean as it possibly can be for all of us. BP is supposed to be the responsible party in cleaning this stuff up, and if they're not here, we got to push them and find out why and hold them accountable. But it's just always the case, whether it's a hurricane or this situation that we're dealing with now, it's our fellow Floridians that are there first and foremost to do the right thing. I mean, you've seen it time and time again right after a hurricane when our Floridians come in and they help one another out. They've apparently done the same thing here. I haven't seen a tar ball here since I've been here. I don't know if that's going to continue to be the case, but we got to hold BP accountable. I'll repeat the words the president said in New Orleans today. This is a company that right now is spending $50 million advertising itself and trying to improve its image. I just found out from President Obama that they're sending out $10.5 billion to their shareholders. If they can afford to do that, they ought not to be nickel and diming us here in Florida or in any of these Gulf states. So I think the president's exactly right. I agree with him, and we're going to fight for that money. So, I mean, I think we have to all be reasonable and understand that we have to prepare for the worst, but continue to hope and pray for the very best. We're doing all we can in that regard. Hopefully that cap will continue to improve. I got the briefing from the Admiral today when we were in New Orleans, and he said that when you look at it on TV, you still see a lot coming out from the vents. But what their plan is to try and close those vents down and try to restrict the greatest percentage possible. We don't know what that is yet. I've talked to friends down in my home of St. Petersburg, obviously up here in the Panhandle, and in South Florida, and we're all concerned about it because if we have the unfortunate occurrence that it gets into the loop and then maybe goes around the Straits of Florida and up the East Coast, the potential impact here is enormous. One thing we can't do, it's very difficult for anybody in government to plug the hole. We need scientists to do that for us. I think everybody understands that. But what we can do is make sure we're trying to make all these small businesses, our fellow Floridians, whole in the wake of this disaster. And that's exactly what we're on task to do. My position is all hands on deck. Anybody who's got a good idea or can help contribute to the solution and the problem that we're all dealing with, we ought to be open to that. This is the largest environmental catastrophe in the history of our country. And so whether it's the Navy or the Coast Guard or the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, whoever it might be, we want all their help in order to help our Florida state.